Morning, dudes and dudettes. How is everybody today? I'm going to try to get caught up with the news this Friday. This will be there'll be the first regular thing I've done since I got back. I'm still trying to get things taken care of. Sue's got the house tore apart again. This thing never ends. Now she's going to have the carpet ripped out of the bedroom, the master closet, and she's having them come out, I think, tomorrow. She's getting treatments today, so she'll be gone for a few hours. And then tomorrow, their guys are going to be here to put the, what do you call that, wood flooring in that she picked out. So they'll do that. And that's the last room. I swear, if she comes up with something else to tear this house apart, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do my best to talk her out of it. I just want to live in peace, you know what I mean? I thought we'd done enough around here by putting plantations in and enclosing the lanai with the sliding doors and I don't know what, painted her living room for her and all this stuff. And man, I knew when this started, this was not going to end pretty. I've been married to that woman for almost 50 years, and I knew once it starts, it doesn't stop. And just like now we got new flooring in, it's going to be painting next, and it'll have to be the whole house will be painted eventually. Everything has to be painted. I hate painting. Two things in this life that I do everything I can do generally to get out of it. Because we've done so much of it in our lifetime, I don't want to do it anymore. Painting and moving. We've moved like, I don't even know how many times. If I had to throw a number out there, I'd say 15 times, 17 times, I don't know. But anyway, I don't want to do it anymore. So anyway, let me get on with a little bit of the news and try to get caught up a little bit. I'm going to go through it quick and fast and see what happens here. First one is a villager was arrested and 2 weapons were seized after the man allegedly attacked and threatened his wife in the village of Orange Blossom Gardens. Now, some of these might be 2, 3, 4 weeks old because I've been gone and I've just been saving them. So, you know, it is what it is. The wife sought refuge at the home of next door neighbor after 73-year-old Gary Leroy Seaberg on Sunday woke her up and began screaming at her at their home on Lentz Lane, according to the incident report from the Lady Lake Police Department. He then threw items at her, attempted to strangle her. Jeez, what's the matter with this guy? Sebring admitted to police that he had punched his wife. He suggested to law enforcement that his weapons be taken away so that he wouldn't shoot her. They took his pistols as well as his ammunition. During the trip to Lake County Jail, Seaberg reportedly told police, "I want to kill her." Man, dude, you're saying all the wrong things. Good Lord. Listen, if you're just that unhappy at 72 years old, I mean, just get a divorce. That's it. Just get a divorce and take your lumps and just move on. There's no need at 72 years old to be this unhappy. Oh, well, anyway, here's a picture of the guy. He just looks like a regular old grandpa, and you just never know sometimes. Okay, let me see what else we get. Villager arrested at his home after tracked down in golf cart road rage incident. Are you kidding me? 20-mile-an-hour golf carts and there's a road rage incident? Dude, get real. You people are just downright nuts. Sheesh. There's a picture of the guy. So there's the guy. Oh man, I don't know what's the matter with some of these people. Drugs, I don't know. Villager was arrested Friday morning at his home in the village of Sanibel after being tracked down in a golf cart road rage incident that occurred early this year. William E. Norton, 58, was arrested at about 10:30 a.m. in his home at 2864 Rain Lily Loop by Sumter County Sheriff's deputies. He was tracked down after a January 21 incident at the intersection of Heald Way and Moyer Loop, not far from the new Walmart neighborhood market south of County Road 466. Yeah, that new Walmart market's just right over here. I'm in my golf cart. I may be, oh gosh, I don't know, I'll say 8 minutes to the Walmart in my golf cart. I've never been in the store. I don't like Walmart. I don't go there. I could care less about Walmart. You want to know the truth? And I just don't go there. I don't shop, for start with. I mean, let's be fair to Walmart. I'm not bad-mouthing Walmart. I'm just simply saying I don't shop. I don't go to Walmart. That seems to be the big box store everybody goes to. It's like they got no competition anymore. So I don't go there. But it's right over here. And so he was over there. It's actually straight across the street from Colony Shopping Center over there. If you people come down and visit, know that there's a Shell station there, there's a golf cart store there, there's a Mexican restaurant there that I do like. There's a ice cream place there that I think is way overpriced for what it is. It was called Orange Wave, I think, or Peach Wave, something like that. I've been in there a few times. It's okay. I'm not, but it's just like they sell the ice cream by the ounce. And so you get this little cup of ice cream to go up, you put it on a scale after you put your peanuts on it or whatever. And not only are you buying the ice cream, but you're paying whatever that cup weighs also. And, it's like you get this ice cream, it's like $10 for a little bit of nothing ice cream. And so I take my grandkids there when they come down, but as far as that being a regular place to get ice cream, I don't go there. There's an Italian place next to it. That's fair. But once again, it's not great. It's good, but it's overpriced, and I just don't care for that place all that much. I've been there a few times, and it's okay. If somebody wants to go there, I'll go there. But it's not my go-to Italian place. There's a I can't think of the other. It's a sports bar up there. There's several of them around. Anyway, I've been in it several times. It's okay. I go up there and get a beer when my wife's shopping, and I'll have some chicken wings there. And it's okay. But anyway, that's where it's at. It's straight across the street from that. So anyway, Norton admitted to deputies that he was trying to intimidate a man driving a car with whom he had been involved in an argument with over a traffic dispute. The victim claims Norton reached into his car and struck his face with an open hand during the dispute. And then Norton fled the scene in his golf cart after the altercation. I don't need to read any more, I don't think. Just a couple of old guys acting like a couple of kids. And let's move on. I think a lot of this is really old news. I don't want to bore you to death. Oh, by the way, forget your name. But I want to do a shout out to, gosh darn it, I wish I could remember. I think his name was Jeff something. He said he ordered the Inside the Bubble book. I guess it was some kind of a special deal that Brian was offering CDs and a book and I don't know what else, some stuff. And he sent me an email saying that he hasn't finished the Inside the Bubble book yet, but all the information he was looking for that he couldn't get from Village's real estate company, he couldn't get it from all the people he had talked to down here, and maybe me also, because I don't know everything. I don't want to know everything. He said that book provided him with all the information he wanted and more. And he said he couldn't thank me enough. Dude, don't thank me. Thank Ryan. He's the one who took all the time to investigate and to come up with that information in that book. I read it, and I've pushed that book for a while now, because I think anybody coming down here that's wanting to buy a house, and you're going to spend, you don't have to spend, but the odds are you're going to spend $250,000 and up for a house. For full-timers, not part-timers, but even part-timers, you might spend $250,000 and up. Like I say, you don't have to. I'm just saying you probably will. But yeah, why spend that kind of money and come down here and not be completely informed with what's going on, and how your money is being spent, and what happens to your money when you buy a house, and all this kind of, how does the government work in each district? Because the government for me is not the same government for, say, people up at Orange Blossom. It's a different district, and we have different rules, different restrictions, depending on what you're at. I've always told people, know your deed restrictions and ask for them and get them. If you're looking at a house to buy, you can go to thevillages.net, and off to the left there somewhere, you click on it, and there'll be the deed restrictions will be listed there for each district. Know them, because you're going to have a problem if you don't. I'm telling you, you're going to do something. You may get by with it for a year or 2 or 3, and then, or you may buy a house that's had a deed restriction violation. If you buy that house without checking those out first, and then somebody complains, you're the one that's going to foot the bill to put the property back in compliance, because you're the new owner. You're responsible. Trust me. It's a simple process. Just read your deed restrictions for the area you're wanting to buy in, and then you'll know. A snowbird sentenced on DUI charge after driving a golf cart down County Road 466. Are you shitting me? How in the hell do you get a golf cart out on a major highway like that and not know it? Are you kidding me? Dude, you could die. Do you understand? These are the people that make the villages look bad. When somebody reads this, they think we're all like that, and they think the whole village is like that, and it's not true at all. There he is, Mr. Dipwad, driving his golf cart down a highway. Pennsylvania man has been sentenced on a drunk driving charge following an arrest last year when his golf cart was spotted traveling down County Road 466. Jacob Dominic Garcia, 62, of Sacane, Pennsylvania, had been driving his golf cart at about 11 p.m. December 29th on County Road 466 at Glen Holloway. According to the arrest report from the Sumter County Police Department, it appeared he had been drinking. He failed field sobriety tests, and so on and so forth. And during the trip to the Sumter County Detention Center, Garcia became aggressive and derogatory toward the deputy, swearing at him and calling him a spick. That boy. That'll help. I'm sure that officer appreciated you. Dude, gosh. Here, I got news. If you don't like it, you don't like the police department here, you don't like the rules here, there is a million different other retirement places down here in Florida you can go to. You don't have to come here. That'll keep you out of trouble with the Sumter County then, right? I know a lot of people think that because you don't need a driver's license to drive a golf cart. Let me clue you in a little bit. Golf carts here have to follow the same rules of the road as a car does. Now, they don't have any more rights than a car. The car doesn't have any more rights on the road than the golf cart. It's all the same. Whether you live here, or whether you are a visitor here, or whether you're an outsider using our roads to go through here for some reason, like to go to work, the golf carts have to respect the cars. The cars have to respect the golf carts. And then there's several places on the golf cart roads that we share the road with the car. We are forced to merge. We have to merge, just like getting on an interstate. The golf cart lane ends, and we have to merge. There's always a problem there sometimes. The cars don't understand it, don't care. They sit next to the golf cart, literally forcing the golf cart to stop on the road because they can't merge anymore. They don't pay no attention, even though it's painted on the road. The other problem of it is a lot of the golf cart drivers themselves, they don't pay no attention. They think they got rights over a car. You know, they just pull out in front of a car. They don't signal. They don't do anything. So it can be a problem sometimes. I've never had a problem. I don't believe my wife's ever had a problem. But it can happen. And the only thing I'm going to tell you is, you got a little vehicle that gets together with a big vehicle, big wins. Every time. You're not going to have a chance. Big will win. I got a message here from Ryan, the guy that wrote the Inside the Bubble. It says, a few years ago, the Villages was awarded a silver level bicycle friendly status by the League of American Bicyclists. It was the first time any community had been awarded that level on their first application. But things just keep getting better and better, and this year the Villages was given gold level bicycle friendly status. See, everything isn't crazy around here, just some things. Oh, by the way, thanks for the coffee. I'm having it today. And another little experience on my trip this year. I'm a big Starbucks fan. I know a lot of you know that. I've been a card holder for Starbucks now since like 88. I like Starbucks. I got my certain kinds of coffee I get there. And no, before you hear it, no, coffee is not $5 a cup. No, it's not. If you get the mixed drinks, they start going up in price. Like a latte may cost you $4 for a large cup. It don't cost that for a medium cup or a small cup. If you get the, what do they call them, frappuccinos, where they put the flavoring in it and whipped cream on top and all that. That's more of a kid's drink, I think. But anyway, those might cost you a little bit. Coffee is the same price as if I go to a truck stop and get a cup of coffee, or if I go to Olive Garden and get a cup of coffee with my food. I think a medium coffee, regular coffee, was like $2.35, $2.55, something like that. I don't really pay attention to it because I got a nap and I just, and get out. So yeah, coffee is not $4 and $5 a cup. I get so tired of hearing that. But anyway, I'm a Starbucks fan, so when I go out west, Starbucks become a little spaced out. And we were in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota. I could find them really in Minnesota. They started to disappear too. And then out there, the coffee shop that everybody seems to go to is called Caribou. Now, I drink Caribou coffee. I drink a particular Caribou coffee that I really like. But I was kind of surprised to see out there that Caribou is a place to go. So anyway, when I go into a Caribou, I thought, well, I'm going to try one of these Caribous. We was in the, I believe, Mall in America. I want to try one of these Caribou coffees and just see what the difference is between the Starbucks and Caribou price-wise. I should have videoed it, but I didn't. And so I went in and got one. First of all, we go in there, and we had to wait in line because it was very busy. And then we ordered our coffee, and then went over and waited in line again to get to the coffee. The girl that was making our drinks had no idea what she was doing. I could just tell. She was walking around with a cup and then coming back, and then she'd set the cup down and walk over again, and then she'd come back. And finally, there was two girls actually making coffee. The one girl really knew what she was doing, and this girl, I believe, was brand new and was training. And so she'd say something to this other girl, and the girl would point and tell her what to do, and she would do it. And I'm watching it, and I told my wife, I said, our drinks are going to be screwed up. I can tell. And they was. But we drank them. We went on. Price was probably about the same as Starbucks for what we got. But the coffee we got, I'm sorry, Starbucks, you're still my number one coffee. Police called to care center after collision of residents' motorized scooters. Lady Lake Specialty Care is located on Griffin Road in Lady Lake. Police were called to a care center after a woman complained of an injury from a scooter collision. 75-year-old New Jersey native claims she suffered a cut on her arm after the incident, which occurred May 22nd in the dining room at Lady Lake Specialty Care, according to the incident report from the Lady Lake Police Department. She said she was in line when an 83-year-old man in a motorized scooter proceeded to bump into her. She attempted to move her motorized scooter out of the way, but before she could, the man went around and bumped her again. When the scooters collided, her arm got trapped and she suffered a minor cut. When police officers spoke with the man, he admitted he had told the woman to move her fat. Good. Oh, let me back this up. I'm going to say it again. Make sure you heard what I said. I'm not saying this. This is what the guy told the cop, and this is what was in a police report. When a police officer spoke with the man, he admitted he had told the woman to move her fat ass. However, he denied intentionally striking the woman in a scooter. No arrests were made. Oh, my God. Oh, it's funny. I'm not laughing at the lady getting hurt. I'm not laughing at anything. It's just I'm just laughing at the scenario there. Because, you have to understand the older people. For you younger people that might be watching me, and I don't know why you are, but if you are, when you get to a certain age, you just don't care. Because death is imminent. We're very close. We're knocking on the back door of death. And so you just get to the point, you just don't care. You start cutting people out of your lives that cause you stress and heartache. You just get rid of them because you don't want to deal with it anymore. And that includes your own children. You cut them out because they're just more of a problem than they're worth. And children, a lot of times, little children, sometimes they'll just, like Art Linkletter said, they say the darndest things. And they just blurt it out very innocently. They don't think anything about it. They've heard something somewhere. They're just repeating stuff they've heard probably. And you could be standing in line at a grocery store, and one of your 2-year-old child may just blurt something out, and you're just like, oh my God, where did he hear that from? And you may be apologizing to people. You may just ignore it. Hopefully it'll go away. I can remember doing all this. 83-year-old people are the same way. They're like older children. They just say what comes to mind. They don't care. You take it or leave it. If you don't like it, tough. And this guy, what's a cop going to do? The police hands are really kind of tied here. What are they going to do? Arrest a guy, an 83-year-old guy in a motor scooter and take him to jail for, it ain't happening. So he just told him, told her to move her fat ass. So I run into her. But it wasn't on purpose. Oh, God bless those guys. They give me a laugh a day. Oh, Lordy. Let's see what else we can find. Newcomer to the Villages arrested after a night of drinking at Lake Sumter. Listen, just because you're in a retirement community, the laws don't change. You can't drink and drive. If you've been drinking and you're not driving, if you're walking, you're kind of okay. But just don't do something stupid, Don't be walking down the sidewalk and bumping into people and making sarcastic remarks to people, or don't do anything to draw attention to yourself, or they're going to arrest you. Just like golf carts. Let me get back to that. If you come down as a visitor, for example, even if you're a resident, it doesn't make any difference. The laws about drinking and driving apply here in a golf cart, in a car. It doesn't make any difference. It's the same laws. If you go to court here, or if you've been in court up north, anywhere, If your license has been suspended on a DUI or DWI or a PI or whatever the case may be, your license are suspended. That means you're not allowed to operate a motorized vehicle, period. Down here, I can't speak for other states, I'm speaking for Florida. That means golf carts, electric, gas, makes no difference. If a cop pulls you over, wants to see your license, and you say, well, I don't have one, it's been suspended, or he finds out it's been suspended, you're going to be charged with operating a motorized vehicle on a suspended license. So just don't get caught doing that. Now, it's kind of confusing, I know. You don't need a driver's license to operate a golf cart, but at the same time, they can give you a ticket for operating a motorized vehicle on a suspended license. You know, in my mind, it says the same thing. I'm thinking that just doesn't really kind of make sense, but it kind of does, but it kind of don't. But I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't do no good to argue about why the law's that way. I don't know. I didn't make the law. I just moved here. I'm just letting you know what the law is. And I know people that has been arrested for operating a motorized vehicle while suspended license, and it's been a golf cart every time. So don't be misconstrued to thinking you can come down here without a driver's license that's been suspended. Now, I'm not talking, if you don't have a driver's license, but you want to drive a golf cart, and you didn't lose your license because of a suspension, you're fine. You can drive. You don't have to have a driver's license. But if you've been suspended for any reason, if your license has been suspended for any reason, you cannot operate a golf cart down here legally. You get caught, you're going to jail. Lake County Sheriff's Office joins partnership to aid in deportation of undocumented criminals. To me, that's a no-brainer. I have no problem at all. People that come here illegally commit crimes, get them out. They don't belong here. They're just coming here, taking advantage of people, stealing, robbing, whatever case may be. Get them out. Okay, let's move on. I'm going kind of quick here. I'm just trying to pick out a big one, the headlines. AAC to vote. Damn it. I don't know who you are sending me this message, but I'm not answering right now. AAC to vote today on budget that includes increases for Recreation News and Community Watch. Community Watch I can go along with, but Recreation News, they could put that online and simply just do away with it and save, I think they said a cost of $700,000 a year to produce the recreational news. Not to say the recreational news isn't important, it is. My wife uses it for different things. I don't use it. I only do two things here, basically, is I drink beer. That's an activity for me. And don't laugh. That's my activity. And I play golf. That's pretty much what I do. There's other things that I do once in a while, but on a regular basis, those are the two things that I do. And let's see, villager injured in golf cart crash on Morris Boulevard. Echoes calls for action from Sumter County Commission. You know, that's a busy area there, and it's been dangerous there for years. There's been many golf cart crashes there. I'm not poking blame at anybody. I'm just simply saying, in most cases, the golf cart accidents that's happened there on Morris Boulevard has been the golf cart driver's fault because they don't merge like they're supposed to. But there is one stoplight there, and I can't remember what road. I think I want to say it's Rio Grande Road. There's a golf cart turn lane over here on the right, and over here is straight. And I've been there. There's a big dip right there also, that if you hit that dip or you get a green light, so I felt like my golf cart could actually tip over if I hit it, at a higher rate of speed. So that's kind of dangerous there. And the injury of golf carts. When you get in the older areas up there, a lot of the golf cart lanes are narrow. They should be wider. It's one of them things that they didn't think about up there. So as they move down to the newer areas like down here in Finney and all that, they've improved a lot of that. Our golf cart lanes here are plenty wide. We don't have a problem. Another problem they have up there is, I don't know what you call it, the curb on the road, that when they repave the road, asphalt, and they repave it, that there's that little, I don't know what we call it, a little seam between the concrete curb, which sticks out about that far, and then the asphalt at the end of that concrete goes on out into the road. Well, when you get your golf cart in there, if that passenger tire gets on that little seam right there, it kind of jerks your golf cart back and forth. It kind of gets a hold of it. I think I'm describing that enough where you get my idea what I'm talking about. I don't like driving my golf cart up there on them side roads up there, especially down Delmar Street. It's awful. I don't like it at all. But I have been down Morris Boulevard several times in my golf cart to go up to Spanish Springs for whatever. Many times I go up and I go to the hot tub that's in the older area, the historical side. They call it that. There's nothing wrong with the area. It's a beautiful area. But for some reason, that hot tub, they put it in up there, and then when they came south across 441 into the Spanish Springs area to build homes, at all the other rec centers, they just done away with it. They said, we're not doing hot tubs anymore. And I actually questioned that once years ago. And what I was told by the recreation department at that time was that they found out that they were too expensive to maintain. The motors had to be changed regularly, and I guess the motors for them, that hot tub anyway, was, I don't even know what it is, but I guess it was just a lot of maintenance that had to be done, and they didn't want to deal with the maintenance, and so that was it. That's one of the only hot tubs open to residents without paying an additional fee. I've heard that Hacienda and maybe one other country club over there somewhere had a jacuzzi hot tub kind of thing next to the pool, but in order to use those you have to have a pool priority membership, which I don't have, and then you can do that. Well, as much as I'd love to be able to have access to a hot tub, I'm not buying a priority membership for the pools and then have to drive 10 miles to get to it. If they was to put one in this area, they could put them anywhere. Evans Prairie would be a real convenient one. Whatever, Bonifay could be another one. If they would put one down here at one of these places, I would probably buy a priority membership for me and my wife. That was improper English, I know that. My wife and I. And just so I could go to the hot tub once in a while. I would do that. But I don't see them doing it. They would have done it. So that's the end of the tune there. But yeah, most of them golf cart accidents, they don't want to admit it, but the facts is, it's been the golf cart's driver's mistake. I know that doesn't sound good, but it's true. They make left turns from that golf cart lane constantly right in front of a car. They don't even look. They don't merge in with traffic before they make a left turn. I'm not saying all of them, but the ones that's been involved in the accidents. In most cases, that's what's happened. Now, there's been a couple where some car came along and rammed into a golf cart in the rear, not paying attention to what they were doing. You know, obviously, that's the car's fault. There's been a few, yes, but the bottom line is that area is an area to avoid if you can in your golf cart. And if you're in a car going down that area, just be very cautious of the golf carts that goes up and down Morris, because you never know which one of those golf carts is going to turn left right in front of you. I don't like going down that way at all. We almost always now take Buena Vista and go up that way, because on Buena Vista all the golf cart trails are off of Buena Vista. They're off to the side, which is really what they should do up there. They got the land to do it. It's just a matter of who's going to pay for it, because that's whatever district that is, District 2, 3, 4, something like that. And I'm in District 11, and that's what the argument is. If they put those roads in for the golf carts and all this and that's going to get into probably $1 million or $2 million, if not more than that, to put all them golf cart trails in. It's a lot of work. And they also have to have access to the maintenance lines that goes down the grassy areas that they're wanting to put the golf cart trails in. There's water lines, there's underground electric lines, there's all this stuff water lines for watering the grass, all that's got to be moved, changed. And yeah, who's going to pay for that? Should my district down here chip in and pay for a golf cart trail that we don't even hardly ever use? These are the things that happen. These are the things a new resident should be aware of, and these are the things I'm trying to pass on to you. Don't ask me about the legal ways they do it. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know. I'm just telling you, these are the things that happen down here a lot, and these are the things that you should be aware of. Just like our bridge. From like District 4, I think, all the way down to District 11. I'm in District 10. They've decided that we're going to pay the full brunt of how they put it, reassuring that bridge. Anyway, there's part of the bridge, I guess, the way I understand it, is sinking a little bit on one side. And so somebody has to go up and reshore it and stabilize it or something. It's millions of dollars to do this. Now, here's the argument that I don't understand this either. The bridge is open to the public. It's a public road. It's in Sumter County. And yet they're saying that from District 4 through District 11, we have to pay this bill. So they've already sent notices out that our maintenance fees, I guess, or maybe our amenity fees, I'm not sure, is going to go up next year by quite a bit. There's a limit on how much they can raise it per year without special exception. And I forget what ours is going to go up to. I want to say it's going to go up like 15% or something. It doesn't make a difference really, because they're going to do it anyway. So it doesn't make any difference. This has already been decided. So the argument now is over. And I don't understand that. Why are we paying to restore this? It's a public bridge. Why isn't Sumter County kicking in here to help take care of that? As a taxpayer here, we pay our fair share. And why isn't District 4, 3, 2, and 1 paying for that? They use it. I don't know. And there's been nothing said about District 12. That's the Finney area down there. Are they going to pay? Are they not going to pay? Are they keeping it quiet because they're afraid it's going to affect the new home sales down there? Don't know. Kind of like the quarry down there that does blasting 4 or 5 times a month. They seem to keep that quiet too. They don't tell the new residents down there, oh, by the way, there's a federal prison right over here, not too far from you. Not that I would worry about it. I'm just simply saying there's a thing called truth and disclosure. If you don't do it, somebody can come back. I don't understand how a new real estate person can keep things hidden from you when they full well know, and that's not a violation of the truth and disclosure law. I just don't understand that. But there's a lot of things I don't understand. So you guys might know more about this stuff than I do, but just know that these things happen here, and they don't happen once in a great while. These arguments about who's going to pay for this or who's going to pay for that, who's going to pay to put up a fence, all this stuff. This happens quite a bit. Weapon in his war on speeders on Chula Vista Avenue. This guy's been fighting that. Chula Vista Avenue is just in that place I just told you. About the gap on the road there for the golf cart tires gets kind of wobbling in it. That's Chula Vista. It goes all the way over to the shopping center area over there by Spanish Springs, and that road is used more by, I'll say, non-villagers than villagers. They cut through constantly right there. I used to work at that guard shack not too far from there, and they cut through there constantly, going to work, from work. They go down to Lake Sumter and party, then they go back by Chula Vista to head back to Lady Lake over there and go home. And I will say, they don't seem to have any respect for the speed limit through there whatsoever. And not just the outsiders, but the insiders the same way. Because it's a straight shot, they drive through there 40, 45 miles an hour. The speed limit, I think is 25. And they'll run through there 40 miles an hour. Not all of them, but a lot of them. 30 is pretty common. 35 is a little more common. 40 is not real common, but it happens. And there's people in golf carts riding bicycles down in the golf cart lane. Well, I call it the golf cart lane. They've changed it to a multi-mogul trail now. But I'm still going to call it the golf cart lane because that's what it is. And anyway, it is a problem there, and this guy's been fighting it for years. He got a speed radar gun one time and a camera, and was videoing how fast people was going through there, and then turning it into the police department. And the police department said they really couldn't do anything for whatever reason. He's wrote letters to the I believe the mayor, maybe, of the town. He's complained constantly. I sympathize with the guy, but it's just been a losing proposition for him. And now, a villager to lose key weapon in his war on speeders on Chula Vista Avenue. Let me cut down to this whole thing. The Lady Lake Commission on Monday evening unanimously agreed to tell Village of Mira Mesa resident Carl Kuski to remove a sophisticated speed control device he was allowed to install about a year ago. The pricey piece of equipment, which Kuski paid for out of his own pocket, recorded information about vehicles passing by his house, including the speed. One of the key promises made at the time the sign was installed in 2017 was that Lady Lake Police would not use the information to issue tickets or track down offenders. And that's his sign, that little black thing you see. Did I hit that? Yeah. Let me turn it like this. That black thing there somewhere, maybe I gotta turn it this way. Dang it. Right there. That's the speed control thing. It tells you how fast you're going. That has nothing to do with the police department. That's just his own personal stuff he bought. And I don't know what he paid for it, but probably a little bit of money, and had it installed. Well, they're going to make him take it down now, which is kind of weird. They tell you can put it in, and apparently he must have been affecting somebody. He must have ruffled somebody's feathers, because now they're telling him he's got to take it out. So, anyway, I think I'm going to just cut it right there. I got to get some things in here real quick. I forget your name, that was wanting the new villages road maps. I got them yesterday. Here they are. Like I was telling you, if you look on the front, they're color coded. If you see the brown here, and then you see the green here, this map here comes out like that. There's two of them. One of them be Highway 44 north, all the way up to Spanish Springs, and then the other one will be 44 south, down to Finney. It shows the roads. I don't know if I haven't really looked at them that much, but basically it shows the roads. I believe it'll show you where different rec centers are at or going to be at. I assume all the roads that are in are named. I assume the future roads that aren't named are on the map. So anyway, this is the map. Don't blame me if it's not exactly what you're looking for. But I got them for you. We're going to get your envelope made out today, and we will drop it in the mail. People's asked about my mailing address. I put it on the videos almost every time, but I'll just tell you here, it's P.O. Box 337, Wildwood, Florida, 32163. Whatever it is you want to mail me, mail it there. I check the mailbox about once a month. And, I don't go down there very often, but about once a month. Somebody sent me, what the heck? I didn't bring it out here. Doggone it, my memory anymore. Somebody sent me a card, a thank you card. I forget who you are, but thanks very much. I was going to open that here, and I forgot it. It's in the other room, but I've got it. Thanks very much. You didn't have to send me anything, but I appreciate it. And somebody sent me a Starbucks card. I do appreciate that. I used it already on the trip. And then somebody on the trip, I was supposed to stop and have coffee with you. And I really intended to. I truly did. We got close to, I believe, the Minnesota and North Dakota state line. And I told my wife, I says, look up that town. I said, I'm going to call this guy. We're going to stop for coffee, and I'll call this guy, and we'll meet him, talk to him for a little bit. And when she looked your town up, and I forget the town, I was already 50 miles past it. Sorry. That's my mistake. I should have checked before we left. I didn't. So I didn't get the chance to have coffee with you. It wasn't that I wasn't ignoring you or anything. I screwed up. I just missed it. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh yeah, somebody sent me. I don't remember who it was. I thought it was like Nancy something. Man, this memory and getting old thing. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta cut this video, get some stuff done. There's some more video of the trip coming, a lot more. Sue's got one that I'm gonna cut and just put it out there for House on the Rock. Yeah, it's just gonna be her stuff that she took, because she's got some pictures of a couple things that I thought I took pictures of them, but they never came out on the camera, so I don't know what happened there. One of them is a huge merry-go-round that's down there. It's the largest one in the world, and there is absolutely no horses anywhere on this merry-go-round. And there's another merry-go-round that's all dolls, and it's really, really, really something to see. It's all animated. The music is all animated. I mean, I don't know how they even done all this. When you think about the process, the work, the transporting of this stuff, I don't even know how it was done. But it was very good. The lighting in there was terrible. They had a lot of lights shut out for some reason. You could see they were there. They just weren't turning any of them on, and I don't know why. But it is what it is. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here and try to get some things done. And you guys have a great day, because I'm going to get another cup of coffee, and I'm going to go in there and watch a couple of my YouTube friends. Yeah, I got some people I watch all the time. Tommy Hall, I watch him all the time. And I don't know where they're at today, but I know they're way out west there somewhere, Utah or Salt Lake City or someplace out there. And so I'll see where he's at and what he's doing. The rest of you have a great day. See you later. See you on the other side.